everyone. Welcome to Small Talk. Oh, my guest today is Duncan Farrow, and he has a business called Farrow Built. Time to welcome him. Hello, Duncan. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks a lot, Nancy. Great to be on here.
Oh, I'm so pleased you accepted it, my invitation. When did you start your business?
About 6 years ago, as a sole proprietor, and then officially as a corporation in 2019.
And why did you start it?
At the time, I just thought, that's what you do to make more money and that sort of thing. But really, what the real root of the reason was that I've learned since then is that I just love to be able to help other people succeed and see them succeed. And that's the best way that you can do that, in my opinion, is by, employing people, affecting people's lives, even clients, and that sort of thing as well.
Right. So what are some of the things you build?
We build shops, farm buildings, garages. That's our main focus. Yeah.
You ever get any unusual requests?
Yeah, we've had a few unusual requests, and we've done a couple, well, at least one that was a bit out of the ordinary over the years. Yeah.
Do you think that's fun? Or would you prefer the more normal things to do?
I think the normal ones are nice just from quoting it and everything perspective, because it's really simple. So that's why we like it. It makes the whole process really streamlined if it's just the same kind of thing that we've done, change the sizes a little bit, but that's about it. Yeah.
So what kind of training do you have?
I don't have any real training. I mean,
Yourself,
yeah, nothing.
right?
Yeah, self-taught. I mean, I went for 1 year of engineering when I got out of high school and had enough of that. So, yeah.
So now, does carpentry, that kind of talent construction, does that come in, is that in your background at all?
Not hugely. Like growing up, we had a bit of a hobby farm. I grew up on a hobby farm, so we were building, buildings for the animals and that sort of thing. And we'd always help out mom and dad with that stuff, but not officially part of my background until I think I was about 20 when I started framing in Calgary.
Is that where you're located?
No, we're in Enderby, B.C.
Okay, just make sure everybody knows where you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So from the buildings you built, what are the smallest and what are the biggest?
Some of the smaller ones are like, I think we did one last year that was it was 16 feet wide by maybe 20 feet long. That was about as small as we go.
Okay.
And then we've been part of some bigger projects. We did one that was about 40,000 square feet, so pretty big. That was a little bit out of what we normally do. We probably wouldn't even take on a job like that now, but at that point we were still in the phases of, trying to take on whatever work we could get.
Yeah, for sure. And now, do you work outside of, where did you say you are, Enderby? Do you work outside of that area?
Yeah, we work basically throughout all of BC. Most of our work's in the Okanagan Valley, and then we do spread outside of that area as well. Yeah.
Now, when you say we, what size crew do you have?
So we have two crews that are 3-man crews. 3 to 4 people is about the ideal size for most of the projects we work on. And then we've got 3 people, including myself, in the office here.
Right. Have you ever had anything that was especially challenging?
Well, we're working on one right now that's especially challenging. It usually wouldn't be challenging, but just the timing of it, we usually build the roofs on the ground in one piece and then crane them up on the smaller buildings.
Okay.
And because of the time of year, there's road bans on and whatnot, so they can't bring the cranes in that they usually would, or big enough crane that we need to pick it up. So we're just trying to work around that challenge right now and figure out. We haven't actually come up with a full solution besides just wait till the road bans are off, but we're trying to figure something out.
Oh, why are the road bans?
This time of year, so they started February 3rd this year, but it's just as it warms up and the ground's so soft underneath the roads, you can only have a certain weight of like the trucks and stuff have to be at 70% of full capacity. But a crane, of course, it weighs what it weighs. You can't, they're usually overweight anyway, so they can't run around when there's road bans on.
Okay. Now, speaking of the weather, how does the weather affect your work?
Overall, it doesn't affect it too much. Like maybe if there's some really extreme weather, if it gets to -30 or below, sometimes it's not worth working, depending on what we're doing.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like that's part of one of the things we look for when we hire people that are going to be working in the field is that we're looking for people that can handle the rain and the snow and they just keep going and having fun anyway, you know?
Yeah, right. So, yeah, no, I think it's important when you have a crew, right, that everybody gets along, right?
Yeah, yeah, you definitely want to get along. You don't want people that are negative or bringing the general atmosphere down, you know?
Yeah. So, how long have the people that you have employed, how long have they been with you? Well, on average.
On average, around a year. For average, the longer, like a couple years, the shortest, have been here 2 weeks. So, yeah.
So, when somebody wants something built, now, do they have their plans like that? Do they have an architect plan it out for them, or they just present it to you, or is there a combination of?
Yeah, it's a great question. Actually, we have a design software in-house. You can actually check it out on our website too. And the design software, we can go on that and design the full building right here. Like if you told me you wanted a new garage, we could design it in 10 minutes for you. And that's the architectural plans. And then we send those to the engineer to get stamped, and he makes any little changes to make sure it's, engineered properly and going to stand up over time.
Right, yeah, for sure. What's now that process of getting permits and everything, that could be time consuming, can't it?
Yeah, a lot of people are like afraid of the permit stuff. It's not too big of a deal usually.
Mhm.
There's the odd time where there's some ridiculous hoops you got to jump through, but for the most part, it's not too bad as long as you give them the information that they want, and we put that all together and give it to them all at once. And generally, they might have a couple questions, and then the permit's approved. So it's not usually too hard.
Right. And one of the things I noticed on your Facebook page, right, that you give tips, do little videos with tips for people.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we have a lot of content. We try to post once a day. So some of it is little tips on how to do stuff. Others, explaining our process. Others are talking about what it's like to work here. Quite a variety.
Okay, so what is it like to work there?
Well, I mean, for me, it's fun. I own it, so.
Yeah, yeah. It
But
makes
yeah,
sense.
no,
But you also
it.
have the headaches of being the owner.
Oh,
Oh,
my camera quit on you. Sorry
oh,
about that.
oh. No,
There
there
we go.
you
It's working again.
I mean, being the owner has, good and bad things, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's I love it. Like I couldn't do anything else. If
Yeah.
I didn't own this business, I'd own a different one. But I do think it's a really fun place to work because I mean, that's one of our core values is have fun. So we like to have fun. We want to be getting stuff done and being productive, but we also want to enjoy it while we're doing it because, I mean, for most people, you spend most of your life working, so you might as well have fun doing it, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. If that's the bonus, right? If getting paid to do something you have fun at, that's a bonus.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my dream to get paid for doing this. So now you mentioned you have a website, right? And so I guess there's a lot of information on your website.
Yeah, it's got a lot of information. It's farrowbuilt.ca, and there's some videos and stuff on there too, and photos and bit about us. And yeah, that build and price tool, like I talked about, where you can go on there and play around, design your own building if you want.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So I just had a question and it just left my head for a moment there. No, it'll come back to me. Uh, oh yeah, I know. Is there something that you haven't built that you think, oh, that would be fun to try?
That's a good question. Nothing really jumps to mind right off the top of my head.
a two-seater outhouse, for instance, or
Yeah, there we go. I think that we haven't really done any big dairy barns or anything, and I do think that would be a lot of fun just because there's a lot of concrete and a lot of construction that goes into it. So I think
Oh,
something like that would be really cool if we got a chance to do something like that one day.
right, yeah, yeah. So speaking of concrete, so now do you have people that do the actual concrete work, or do you workers do that yourselves?
Yeah, so there's two parts with the concrete. There's the foundation, which we do
Okay.
in-house, our crews do that.
Hmm.
And then there's the slab, which is the floor inside the building. And so we bring in another subcontractor crew that does all our slabs.
Okay. How much is involved in having subcontractors for different projects? And when you know you've got this one site you're going to be building, let's say a barn, you know.
Yeah, our ours have we let me start over. We don't really use a lot of subcontractors, so basically all we're using is the guys to pour the slab, and for excavation we work with subcontractors. So then any electrical, anything usually
Yeah.
gets done after we're gone.
No,
We don't
oh, I
really
see.
deal with that part a lot of the time. We
Okay.
can if we need to, but it's pretty rare. Most of the time our clients just bring in an electrician after to do the electrical and everything.
Right.
So because it's so simple with only having a couple different sub trades, it's pretty simple to deal with
Okay.
compared to like if you're a home builder or something.
Hmm. So the big project you said that you said it was 40, what was it?
Yeah, the 40,000 square feet.
So how long would that take?
That one pretty much took our whole summer that
Wow.
year. Yeah, it was a lot of work, and it wasn't built the same way we build now. Like it was kind of we did it to try this new method with another company that was making it. They were manufacturing like these panels and stuff to put together.
Right.
So we were doing it with them. Um, Sometimes it felt like a bit of an experiment because it was like, oh, that didn't work. Okay, we got to try this instead or whatever. But yeah, it was kind of neat.
You know, I know the cost of like food and a lot of things are going up. How is it affecting your business? The prices for wood or whatever it is you have to buy.
I think the biggest thing that affects our business is the price of labor because, well, as you probably know, the labor price or just salaries or what people are paid in general wages haven't kept up with the general inflation of everything else.
Hmm.
And now they're starting to kind of catch up to that a little bit, maybe.
Right.
So we have to pay quite a bit for labor. So it's one of the more expensive parts of the building. And we've seen our building prices go up a lot because of that.
Okay. Now you have like people in the office working, do you?
Yep, that's right.
So what do you have there? A secretary?
Yeah, we have Shelly works at our front desk and she's my assistant as well as taking all the incoming calls, kind of office admin sort of position.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Mercedes who looks after the HR side of things and financials and also takes care of project management.
Very good. Yeah. Well, I think we covered everything. Is there
Yeah,
something else? Did I miss anything?
not that I know of. I
Okay.
don't
Well,
think so.
just remind everybody your website.
Yeah, so that's www.farrowbuilt.ca, just like it's spelled on here, Farrow Built.
Yeah. Nice and easy to remember for sure. And also, as I mentioned, you're on Facebook, so people can always find you there, right?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. We're on everything, so
Very
check us
good.
out.
Yeah, for sure. Well, stay on camera. I'm just going to say to the audience, thank you for watching. And you've been listening to Duncan Farrow. And if you need something built, contact him. And I'm sure he'd be happy to help. So take care, everybody. Thank you very much for watching the show. I hope you continue to do so. And peace out. Oh, I got to find the off button. I do this all the time, by the way.
A sense of community till the wax a place to be. A sense of community when you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's the place to be, you'll see.